and the rains will kill us all. Throw ourselves against the wall, and no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. Psychosocial! Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Bro hugs for everyone. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So before we start, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably not gonna be able to stream tonight. I have so much going on, so here's a quick video update. And this is actually from earth2update.com. Link to them down below. I'm just reading what they call the Korean perspective. Remember, I had said months ago South Korea was going to be one of the biggest ones, if not, obviously America's going to be the biggest, but South Korea right behind them, number 2. They are number 2 right now. Right? I was correct. And time to read the Korean perspective. E2 Update talked to Amy 2 and the guys from Metagate, one of the largest Korean Earth 2 communities out there. So after their discussion on Discord in the last few weeks, a big topic of conversation has been the increased presence of South Korean users in the game. Both capital inflows and average tile prices for the area have been steadily increasing, with the biggest new players coming from South Korea. We've had many requests to get a South Korean perspective, and with that in mind, I'm excited to welcome Amy 2 and Metagate to talk to me today and give us all the Korean perspective on Earth 2. And like I said, link for them will be down below. So the interviewer is Money. Says, great to have you here today. Amy, how did you find Earth 2 and what was it about the project that convinced you to get involved? And Amy responds, a large number of Korean companies and media are very interested in the metaverse these days. At this point, Earth 2 is the only open world platform that reflects the real world. Not something like Decentraland. And again, I'm just going to pause right there. Decentraland, My Neighbor Alice, World of Warcraft, they're all fictional places, but this is the only place where you're actually getting a 1-for-1 scale for the real world. So I'm continuing on. She says, which is distinguished from other metaverse platforms such as Roblox, Zapato, Sandbox, etc. The concept of having ownership in the virtual space is of great merit there in South Korea. In fact, Koreans are very interested in real estate and cryptocurrency in terms of investment in general, where Earth 2 satisfies these two conditions. As Earth 2 becomes viral after a number of Korean media outlets covered the platform, Amy had also become interested in knowing more about Earth 2 and being involved in the project where she can put her dream into reality. Money continues to respond saying, interesting, Amy. Personally, the marriage of cryptocurrency with virtual real estate is one of the things that excites me most about the project as well. Also very interesting to hear about the coverage that the project is being given across media outlets. Do you think this will continue to increase in popularity of E2 across South Korea? Amy 2 responds, for sure. Actually, 3 of our team members, J Company, Metaverse Platform, and Booja, are YouTubers. They're also introducing the updated Earth 2 information with a detailed explanation, in addition to general media outlets. I expect the popularity in South Korea would become exponential along with the pace of phase release, meaning once phase 2 and phase 3 come out. And it looks like you're going to be able, when the link down below, you can click on J Company, Metaverse Forum, and Booja to see everyone's actual YouTube channels. Money says, so tell me a little bit about Metagate and tell us a little bit about yourselves as a team, as much or as little info as you like. Amy 2 said, the Metagate is a community made up of 28 Korean users founded by Infinite Seed. Metagate refers to the idea that our community works as a gateway to connect all megacities seamlessly. At the same time, we pursue the freedom and enjoyment of every user by providing unique experiences on Earth 2 by visiting different places. Based on every member's specialty, we currently consist of 6 teams as follows. Oh God. So in the marketing division, they have international and domestic. And in the game division, they have development and design. And in the strategy, they have planning and management and support. And you can see all the different plays. I'll read them off real quick. Gangnam Style, J-Han, Mega Study, Amy 2, Metaverse Forum, Jojo, Sobugi, Moonlight, Penjun, J Company, Dubai Rio, JJ, Booja, TVN 30187, 732, Chansim, Top Tracker, Swordsman, Quilidia 87, Jalhaja, Raylin Butter, Blue Sea, Park Pack, Robots, Nanox, Royals, and Min. I'm going to turn on the lights real quick. Oh yeah. There we go. Now, at this point, we have successfully finished our 2 megacity projects, the K-City project and the Capital City project. Just a bit of information, K-City is located in Georgia, composed of approximately 40,000 tiles. That is intense. We aim to build Little South Korea where users can experience the overall Korean culture, including K-pop. The second city, the capital city, is located in Azerbaijan, which consists of over 110,000 tiles. That will become a hub to our community as we are planning to create a whole new environment where you can experience every element that is available on Earth 2. I don't know if any of y'all saw the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. The Queen's Gambit, first of all, it's very, very good. It's very interesting. And what they saw, spoilers if you haven't seen the Queen's Gambit, when the girl is trying to face one of the Russian, like, grandmasters, chess masters, whatever, one of the very good chess players in America says, like, listen, why Russia always beats the US is because Russia, behind closed doors, they work as a team, saying what's the best route to go, what are the most probable options that your opponent's going to go. Whereas America didn't do that. America was always the one that just, by themselves, they're each their own cowboy, they're each their own person. But as far as Russia goes, they work together. And in America, where they worked together in the last, couple episodes, they wound up winning. So in that same breath, I will say that these people in South Korea are doing this. And you see this in America. I've seen this in New York. Gentrification happens. I've seen in multiple towns I've lived in before the military, after the military, where a bunch of South Koreans will come in. They will all live in the same house. They will all work whatever jobs that they can. They will buy a dry cleaner. They will buy a restaurant, whatever it is that they do. They're living pretty much how I lived, or live continuously in one room, or like bed, in order to set themselves up for success. They're working together. What these people are doing right here, they're going to be one of the most successful groups in Earth 2 because they're working together to make this giant megacities, one of which is twice the size of Chavez Topia, and another which is multiple times the size of it. Why? Because they're working together, and again, I think it was Einstein said, like, imagine there's no limit to what you can create if you don't care who gets the credit. If all of these people are working together and they don't care who gets the credit, they're going to have some of the biggest megacities and most positive megacities there. And a lot of people in America are obsessed with K-pop. They're obsessed with Gangnam Style. They're obsessed with, I like baby metal. I don't know if that's from Korea or if it's from Japan, but yeah, a lot of good stuff happening in this article. Money says, massive K-pop fan, so I'll be booking my trip to Georgia. So you've touched on it already, but what are the main concepts behind Metagate, and what do you aim to bring to Earth 2? Amy 2 says, our main concept is to create cities through our systematic planning and operation where anyone can visit and enjoy regardless of their gender, age, ethnicity, etc. The ultimate goal of our team is to plan and develop various content within our cities. For example, Metagate will become the mainstream of all industries by creating new technologies, cultures, spaces, and relationships through digital economic activities in the virtual world. We expect to provide a trickle-down effect that is not only benefiting our team members, but to all Earth 2 users who move around to our cities and develop together. Make Earth great again. Team Mega. Oh, I love this. Money says, this is exciting stuff. Why do you think the concept has caught on so well in South Korea? What is your view on potential growth of users for the country? Amy 2, said, South Korea is the only country where it has transformed from a developing country, receiving aid from other countries, to a developed country, and where it's providing aid to other countries. We believe that it is the result of Koreans' challenging spirit and embracing novelty. After the outbreak of COVID-19 and the investment boom, people's attention is geared towards virtual assets, i.e. cryptocurrency, and real estate. In fact, since Earth 2 is the only metaverse that covers both, it is somewhat evident that Koreans actively participate in Earth 2 as a concept of investment. Besides, young millennials and Gen Z are attracted to their own tiles in Earth 2, which is rarely possible in the real world due to their limited assets. I'm going to stop there real quick because that's 100% true. There's actually a millennials version of Monopoly that I thought was a joke, but it's a real thing because, well, you're never going to get land, you're never going to buy a house, so this is the Monopoly for you. But to have this is the next frontier. You have places like China, where because there's like 10 men for every one woman, you have a minimum that they have to have, minimum of one house, but they're expected to have 2 and 3 properties in order to be even considered by a woman. A woman that has their pick of the litter is not going to go be with a person that only has no properties or even one. If they have 2 or 3 properties, yeah, they're much more attractive to women. Now, in that same breath, I'll say, okay, well, what's it going to be like 20 years from now? 20 years from now, you're going to have these places, like in the virtual reality, that is going to shift from, okay, yeah, you might have one or two properties in the real world, but what about in the metaverse? What about in virtual reality? I guarantee you see that culture change. Out east, they're very, very technologically literate, a lot more so than in the West. She goes on to say that indeed, Korean users are currently showing a significant influence in Earth 2, even though this platform is in the early stage of development. They are sensitive to changes and adapt quickly, which is expected to stand out in several areas such as future gameplay, investment, cooperation, and development speed to find a way for every user to coexist. As covered in several different media, the potential growth of Korean users is very bright. It will mainly be determined by the release time of Phase 2 and Phase 3. Although not everyone knows about the real potential of Earth 2 yet, the novel concept of the metaverse is still very interesting as it creates a connection between the virtual world and the real world with a fresh sense of challenging and boundless possibility. I was going to pause there real quick. Yeah, if you have people that don't have, let's say, I don't know how much a house is over there, let's say 100,000, out of reach for most people. Even in America, 100,000 is a lot of money, but you can spend $100 or $50, even $10 a couple of tiles, and that's your tiles. Those are yours. No one can take that away from you. That's beautiful. And again, in the real world, yes, you could buy a house and you could say that's yours. Still have to pay taxes on it every year. Still have to go and pay, but in virtual reality, you don't. That's, oh my God. People are super underestimating the amount of potential there is with this because the costs are a lot less. You don't have to go and do inspections on buildings. You don't have to go and make sure the electric and the plumbing's working right. No, like when you buy it, and that's it. There's no extra added fees. You might have a couple of people that are virtual real estate agents say, like, I know exactly what you're looking for because they know every single building. Like, are they Pocahontas where they know every mountain and creature? They know every single building. That's going to happen. Guaranteed. Let's see what we got here. Continuing on, she says, despite the fact that Earth 2 is very much in its infancy, the explosive increase in the number of users worldwide suggests a lot of potential for success for this project in the future. Money says, I hope you're reading Shane Isaac. Release time Phase 2 and Phase 3, key for the Korean market. Let's heckin' go. He says, I think it's very interesting regarding why the concept caught on, though, Amy. I think the pandemic has made people have a fresh look at the world. It feels like the demand and importance of the metaverse is growing all the time. On that note, what excites you most about Earth 2? And she says there are many factors. However, it is the exciting fact that we can buy and sell tiles based on real map of the Earth at this point of Phase 1. In our real life, it's not easy to own our lands due to high prices, but in Earth 2, it gives you a sense of vicarious satisfaction. Also, users can create and enjoy countless content by themselves, based on brilliant imagination and fantasy. Anyone can fulfill their dreams, and at the same time, make a profit from their resources, lease and advertisements, etc. through Earth 2. Money says, completely agree, and I can't wait to see how you'll be able to monetize your tiles in the future. Final couple of questions now, and Amy has very kindly got the opinions of other members of the team for these. So welcome to Top Tracker, 723, Buja, and JJ. What are the projects out there that you've seen that have particularly impressed you? Top Tracker says, I believe Ziggurat City is one of the megacities with the most impressive map design. Also, it is interesting to see how State 1 actively adds the content, such as 3D images and videos to promote their project. So, Ziggurat City, there with, thank Top Tracker there. 732 says Ziggurat City, the concept of landmark like Ziggurat, Zero, entertainment, economy, resources, sports, coastal area utilization, F1 Racing Expo, and art are all crystal clear. The location of the city and development scale of each zone was appropriate as well. They are also very good at managing their website, Discord, and social media to promote their city to easily attract new users. Yeah, they're very good. Money says, yeah, I have had a long chat to Tileless from Ziggurat in a previous interview. I agree. So finally, tell me, your E2 Fantasy VR experience. What is it? And Amy says, there are many interesting answers about the E2 Fantasy VR experience when asked to our team. Playing survival games with friends, exploring underseas and other travel destinations. I'm going to stop right there real quick. Yeah, imagine like a battle royale or a Hunger Games type of thing. That'd be insane. So moving on, Buja says, experiences that are similar to Ready Player One. I especially like cartoons and animation that are based on a complete MMORPG, FPS, and game conversion or account conversion of full dive technology. Though E2 is a virtual world, there are still people who can cook, catch monsters to level up, create guilds, and pay taxes. Literally, I can imagine whatever I want to imagine that can be created on Earth 2 with overlaps. JJ says, I expect diverse co-op play using VR. For example, I think there is no such genre as FPS that brings a feeling of realism and unrealism, and thereby I want to experience first through VR. If nobody's tried like a Vive, I think that's what it was called. It was called a Vive or an Oculus Rift, whatever. Yeah, doing stuff like that is really fun. I haven't played co-op though, but co-op games like zombie games that would be hella fun. That would be amazing. Remember in Fairly Odd Parents where they had Timmy Turner was in like a video game universe, like kind of co-op like that would be really fun. Money says, guys, thank you all so much for taking the time to talk to me, answer my questions. Best of luck. Thanks to everyone for reading today. And again, I will put this link down below so you can read it and you can check out everyone that was involved. Shout out to earth2update.com, and I'll catch you all later. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you. Goodbye. Meow, meow.